This lesson is on ordering numbers.
The next thing we're going to look at is ordering numbers. So ordering numbers from least to greatest also has to do with using decimals, basically. So easiest way to be able to compare numbers by ordering them is to turn them all into the same format. So I think decimals are easiest. So 4.5, if I take 1 divided by 2, that's 0.5. This is 2.33, etc. So I'm going to leave that as a decimal. Negative 3.5 is negative 3.5. I've got 0. I've got 2.31. And then over here I've got a radical. So radical 4. The square root of 4 is actually 2. And this negative on the outside means to use the negative. So you don't have to plot these on a number line in order to order them from least to greatest. I'm going to on this first one just so you can kind of see how it's done. So over here, this is 4.5. It's halfway between. Instead of calling it 4.5, I'm going to go ahead and use that 4.5. Since when I list them in order, I have to use the original values. 2.3 repeating would be between 2 and 3, and it's closer to 2 than it is to 3. So this is 2.3 repeating. I've got my negative 3.5 right here. So negative 3 plus another half. So negative 3.5. 0 is right here. 2.31. So this is like 2.33. So 2.31 would be over here, a little bit lower than 2.33. And then negative radical 4 is right here. So then if I'm ordering them, I can write them just like that. Negative 3.5, negative radical 4, 0, 2.31, 2.3 repeating, and 4.5. One for you to try on your own, and then press play and see how you did. This time when I go through, I am not going to worry about using the number line. I'm just going to put them all into decimal equivalents to help me figure out what's going on. So here, 3 3/4 is like 3.75. There's nothing really, yeah, this one's sort of close to that. So I'll go ahead and write 3.75. This one I don't need to rewrite, it's already a decimal. This one is negative 1.4. I took 2 divided by 5. Obviously we know 0, 3.81, and then radical 17 is 4.123, etc. So if I'm going from least to greatest, again, you can use your number line if that makes you feel better. I don't see any negatives except for right here. I got 2 negatives, so I've got this one, which is negative radical 17. That's the most negative. That would be the one furthest to the left. Okay, and I'm going to cross it off because I've used it. And then negative 1 2/5 is my only other negative. So I know those are going to go first because they're the negatives. And then 0 is going to come next because everything else is positive. Now looking at my positive values, I've got 1.3 repeating. And then I've got 3.75 and 3.81. So 3.75 will come first, 3 3/4. And then 3.81 goes very last. Again, if you need to, go ahead and plot all of those on the number line and then make your order.